Good morning. I thought I might vlog today. There's not a whole lot going on today, but there's an example of why, I have to use door-to-door transit, but I really don't like to. We'll get to that in a minute. I am going to go to the bank and sit down with an advisor and just say, let's go through the account activity over the past week and just make sure I know what's going on. Here's what I think happened. What happened as far as the actual account activity, because I thought I could do that over the phone, but the way the phone, says withdrawal of blah, 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 and doesn't really go into details about to where that money went. Maybe I need to just sit down with a human being, because is that going to be a pain in the butt every week? Perhaps, but not as big of a pain in the butt as money materializing in my account and me having no idea where it came from, no idea what it should have gone to, and then blown somewhere else. That's like the worst of the worst. Blowing money that should have gone to one place on something else, because I thought the money that went to one place and it really didn't. The only thing that's worse than that is spending $6,000 when you've got $2,000 in the bank. I don't have to vlog all this, but I am. I guess because, some people write books to tell their story. I might end up doing YouTube vlogs until I decide it's important enough to find out how to do a podcast and take this whole thing to a podcast, because I will acknowledge that YouTube is probably not the best format for me. I mean, not if I want to make it a moneymaker, probably. Because the algorithm will not think that I am worth half a cent as long as I do audio-based things. And by audio-based, I mean a picture, an audio file, tunes to tube. People who really succeed literally use a camera, and point the camera exactly where it needs to be, and are something of a camera tech. That will never be me. I overtly am not interested in that. Is there any such thing as a blind camera person? I suppose. If a blind person wants to do that, then who is anyone to stop them? But this blind person has absolutely no desire to be a camera operator. And with that in mind, a video-based algorithm might not be the one, probably won't be the one that makes money for her. And by her, I mean me. There is such a thing as a blind person who could have been monetized. I don't know if she actually gets any money from her channel. I don't know. I mean, she has a silver play button, so that means she achieved some kind of awesome viewership and fanship. But why has she succeeded so much? Because she cares what her videos look like. She has either learned how to point the camera the right way, or she has sighted assistance with operating the camera. I mean, she can turn on the camera, but somebody else has to put the camera where it belongs. And she uses iMovie. Frankly, a process that takes more patience than I have. She cares what her videos look like, I don't. She also has the orientational abilities to figure out where she is in space and keep track of where she is in space enough to direct a guide dog. She doesn't have a guide dog yet, but that's in her future. It's been in her past. It's going to be in her future. I watch her story and smile to myself and say, you're lucky in some ways. I'm lucky in a lot of ways too, even though I bitch and moan a lot, but there's differences between her and me, and the first one is she cares what her YouTube videos look like. I simply don't. Why do I keep harping on that? Anyway, I might turn this into a podcast one day, but I also have a friend who had a podcast and has recently switched to YouTube just because she realized how easy it was for her to stream on YouTube. I don't know how to stream on YouTube, but I don't necessarily want to stream on YouTube. Well, I said I was going to vlog, but this has turned into a random discussion about YouTube versus podcasting. I don't think it's as long as my last would have been vlog that turned into a rant, so maybe between that and the vlog, it can turn out to be a vlog, but anyway, I will see you when it's closer to time to leave. Okay, let's listen to my voicemail where the automated door-to-door transit thing told me what my windows are. It always calls the night before and tells me what my windows are. I always send it to voicemail. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to come on speaker or not, but...
Dock. Phone. 2 new items. Playback destination. Play voicemail. Playback destination. Playback destination. Call. But. Playback destination. Button. More info. Activate. Default. Playback destination. Call. Play voicemail. Voicemail position. Unread. Play voicemail. Button.
Hold on.
Actions available.
I don't know how to get this to speaker. Hold on a minute. I know it's possible. If there's a way to play a voicemail on speaker, I cannot figure out how to do it. So I'm just going to have to hold this thing up to this thing and hope that you can hear it.
Between 10:27 a.m. and 10:57 a.m. Trip 2. Between 12:31 p.m. and 1:01 p.m.
I told them I wanted to be there by 12, and they said, we'll pick you up between basically 10:30 and 11. I'm like, really? And then they're picking me up between 12:30 and 1 to come home. If I'm lucky, I might hear back from this friend of mine. I've had a little thing come up that I'm hoping I can enlist his help with so that it can be done in a decent amount of time. And if I'm lucky, he'll say, well, I could pick you up at or I could come take a look at it at noon, to which I'd say, well, I'll be at the bank at noon, but do you want to pick me up from the bank? They're not picking me up until between 12:30 and 1. If you want to pick me up at the bank and take me home and we'll take care of this, I'd be happy to cancel my door-to-door transit back. Door-to-door transit is just not a convenient way to get anywhere. I mean, it can be, I guess, but overall it's not really. But when you can't drive yourself, what choice do you have? I know that my life coaching friends and former life coaching friends, life coaching friends that don't consider life coaching to be their job anymore, but still kind of are in that community and are in that world and live by that kind of thing, have it that we always have a choice, but I would argue that sometimes we don't. When we are disabled and we cannot find the correct help, we don't have any choice but to deal with things the way we don't really want to, because it's either deal with it that way or don't do it at all. And I'm not willing to be one of those blind people that just sits around not doing anything because there's no easy way to do it. I mean, sometimes I do kind of end up doing that, but in this case, I'm Because the automated phone system at the bank doesn't give you enough information to really know what's going on always. And the phone app, unfortunately, this particular app doesn't have the most, or this particular bank doesn't have the most. I switched to a credit union a long time ago, and one thing I have to say about the big bank that the big bank has over the credit union, their apps are more accessible. Maybe this one has improved, but last time I used it, it just wasn't voiceover friendly. In other words, it didn't work very well for a person who had to use the voiceover screen reader of their iPhone because they couldn't see in order to manipulate the app. So I end up thinking that it's best to communicate to a human being and have the human being go over things with me. And I have a human being in my phone, but like her though I do, she never seems to be available when I am. And I get her voicemail like 90% of the time, it seems. And I'm like, okay. Until I can get more numbers for more people in the phone, I'm going to have to walk into the bank, I guess. And the person I talked to last week said he was only covering for today, so I didn't even bother to get his information. Depending on who I talk to today, I might get theirs. I don't know if that friend can even do... Technically, I shouldn't be calling my friend about this. I should be calling maintenance. But number one, it's Saturday morning, and this is not like a life or death emergency, so there's nothing that they can do about it until Monday. Number two, and more to the point, I don't know how to reach maintenance anymore because they don't have... The voicemail system that they had no longer exists. Now they've got an answering machine. You know, if it's not broken, why do you fix it? That's just... I would like to go to some head honcho at this apartment building cluster of buildings that exist and ask that of somebody, of the person who doesn't care about the needs of their tenants. If it's not broken, why fix it? There was nothing wrong with the voicemail system that we had before. Why'd you get rid of it? There was nothing wrong with the laundry machines that we had before. They were brailled. They were buttons that you could actually touch without activating them. You actually had to push them to activate them. Why did you fix them? Those weren't broken. Why'd you fix them? I won't say there was nothing wrong with the apartment manager. Why'd you fix her? Because apparently that was... I mean, I'll probably never know why she's not working here anymore. I don't know if she quit, if she got fired, I don't know. I hear it happened really suddenly and unexpectedly, and no one knows except her and the apartment management, and of course, the apartment management's boss. Rumors might fly around here, but rumors are just rumors. But the point is, I don't know how to reach maintenance. I will go to the office on Monday because I want to try to talk to the apartment manager anyway. If there's even anyone in the apartment management's office, allegedly someone's supposed to be, but I'm going to be there at certain times. And if no one else can be there at certain times, then I'll never be able to meet with them. I mean, my default might end up being Friday, because that's the day that I'm off work and actually able to be at the office, frankly, right during my work shift, because apparently that's at least the assistant's work shift as well. Now, if the apartment manager can sometimes be there at other times, then good. I will grab a second with her if she's actually there at 3 o'clock, 3:30, 2:45, 3 o'clock, when I get home from work. Yeah, work. I've been off work this past week. I go back to work on Monday. So I work between like 9 and 1, the regular hours, that the assistant's there. So for me to show up and tell somebody during that time that I've got this minor maintenance issue that I shouldn't be enlisting outside help for, I should be waiting for maintenance to deal with, that just can't happen. So I've at least messaged this guy who has done little things before. I wasn't overwhelmingly comfortable with that, but I was like, okay, of course this stuff has to happen on the weekend when the maintenance person wouldn't normally be here. And I mean, I would think he knows what he's doing, so if he can do it, I'll let him do it. If he can't, then I'll just live with it the way it is and try to communicate with maintenance as soon as I can. But how do you even communicate with maintenance anymore when there's no, like, voicemail that goes to him? There's a answering machine that goes to whoever might listen to it in the office. Okay, my ride's gonna be here any minute. At the rate things are going now, I'm gonna be stuck at the bank for an hour and a half. Unless, like I said, he gets back to me and says, well, I can come, like, before that time and help you with that. And then I can say, well, can you pick me up from the bank? And then we'll just start from there. But so far that hasn't happened yet. It's
10:27 a.m.
10:27. I have gotten the 15-minute call already. They're literally going to be here any minute, I'm sure. And we'll see what time it is when I get to the bank. I bet it's closer to 11 than like 11:30. I might just head outside because it's been 20 minutes. They said within the next 15 minutes. It's been 20 minutes, so I'll just stand out here and wait. That's how it happens. I perk up with every car that passes, and it turns out not to be what I'm waiting for. Wonder if sighted people have that problem. They're waiting for somebody. They notice a shadow of a car, or they do hear something approaching, and they look toward that direction right away, and then they get a glimpse of the license plate or something. Oh, that's not the person I'm looking for. That's not it either. If they don't hurry up and get here, I might end up getting rained on. No, I won't. I'll probably just go back inside or something. I don't know if you can hear the rain starting to spit out from the clouds. It's not severe, but there's definitely driblets of rain coming down. standing outside waiting for a vehicle or standing someplace waiting for a vehicle might be about as close to like on location vlogging as I get, because as I've mentioned in previous videos, the idea of recording a whole conversation and putting that, their words and all, up on my channel just gives me the ickies. Like, don't even do that or risk getting in like kick-ass kind of trouble. No. Okay, the way this car is stopping, this might, she says as it takes off. I thought it was stopping. Well. It actually will probably be right at 11 when I get there, but still, I'm stuck here for an hour and a half. It's not going to take that long to do what I need to do. Oh well. It's better than not doing it. Have you ever noticed how a GPS says that and then obviously you haven't quite arrived because, like, there's still a little bit of driving to do, like, even if it's only like 10, 20 seconds, it's still obviously haven't exactly arrived. Yeah, there was probably a good minute between the time that thing said, "You have arrived at your destination," and the time we actually got here. Thank you. So, first of all, I want to double check to make sure that my account activity matches what I think happened. And then there is some like online activity I need to... A check was apparently sent out through the auto pay thing that I have now canceled. It was allegedly sent out 2 months ago. Apparently it still hasn't been cashed. I need to cancel that check and have the money refunded. But sometimes the universe does things that, like, it knows what's going to happen before we do. And I might need this hour and a half because they're having technology problems right now. And as long as they're having technology problems, I'm going to have to hang out here and wait for that to be taken care of before we can do what we got to do. So it might actually be good that I'm stuck here until 12:30. I know we've still got like an hour and 15 minutes, but still. Well, as it turned out, I needed all that time. Sometimes things just happen the way you don't expect, and it's good that you have as much time as you do. Between talking to that guy and waiting out their technological problems, which never did get solved, they're going to have to do it another day, but I'm pretty confident that it'll be done. Not all the problems got solved. I don't think all the problems can get solved in one day, but the biggest thing got taken care of. That check that never got cashed from 2 months ago, we're canceling it, and I'm personally delivering them their dang money. Okay, I'm home, and the joke's on me, I guess. I was just griping about how I didn't want to be stuck there for like an hour. Turns out I needed that hour. I mean, maybe I didn't, but I'm glad I had it, so I just used it. And
that's probably about all that's going to happen today. Except hopefully my friend is able to come at some point between now and the end of the weekend and fix that. If not, then he wasn't meant to. Maintenance was. I should just leave it to maintenance anyway, but if he's available, I'm going to give him the chance, because if he could do the fix that I had him do before, I'm sure he can do this one. But only if he gets back to me, which he so far hasn't. So anyway, I'm not going to take this vlog through all of the waiting that I might do to find out if, to find out either that he can later on in the weekend or he can't, and I'm just going to have to, first of all, find out how maintenance gets contacted anyway, which either way I need to find that out. Because next time, it might not be something that I'm comfortable even trying to let anyone else do, and really maintenance needs to be contacted. So, I'm going to wrap this vlog up here. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever. Check out Aira, check out Shipped, which I'm going to place an order on later today. Check out anything you might want to in the description box below. And you will hear from me in the next video. Bye.